I just made a mistake. The probability that a student takes Japanese is 20%. So here it should be 20%, 0.2, not 0.75. So please correct this mistake. Let us continue. So there's a total of 300 people. And these people, they choose to join some clubs. So 160 persons choose to join Club A. And 180 people choose to join Club B. And 150 people choose to join Club C. And also we know 100 people join Club A and B. And 70 people join A and C. And also we have 90 people join B and C. Okay, so now 20 persons join A, B, and C. So now we want to know the first Okay, the question is, how many persons do not join any club? Okay, the second one, if we already know this person, okay, this person joins Club A, then what is the probability that he joins also joins B, okay? The third one, how many people joins only one club? The fourth one, if a person joins B, what is the probability that he also joins A and C? Okay, so in this case, because there is a total of 300 people, right? And we know respectively the number join A, B, C, A and B, A and C, B and C, and A, B, and C. So from this diagram, we should be able to figure out how many people they join clubs. So the total is 300 people. If we subtract all those people here, they have joined at least one club, then you get the number that the persons that do not join any club, okay? You have total of 300. Some of them join one club or the other. Then 300 subtract all these things. So 300, that's the total, right? Subtract A or B or C, right? You subtract 300, subtract this number. That is what you get. That is for the first question. For the second question, it is a conditional probability, right? If this person joins A, what's the probability that he will join B? So this is a conditional probability. Given that this person already joins A, what's the probability he also joins B? The same thing, this will be a different question. When you draw the diagram, right? When you draw the diagram, you should be able to figure out, say, how many people, okay? How many people will be in only one club? And this is another conditional probability. Okay, so let us try to figure out the first question here. Okay, you have A. Okay, so let me put down here. Okay, so you already done this part? So let me move this there. Get it here. Okay, so we have A here, B here, and C here. So this is what we call Venn diagram, okay? If we look at the number here, okay, we have all the information there, right? We have all the information there. And let's try to plug in the number, okay? What is this part? This part is in A, also in B, and also in C, right? So how much it should be here? How much it should be here? It should be 20, right? Because A and B and C, right? 20. Okay, and also we know 8 and B, right? A and B is equal to 100. So how much it should be here? It should be 80, right? And B and C, okay, that's equal to 90. So what does that mean? It should be 70, okay? And then A and C is equal to 70, right? So how much it should be here? It should be 50, okay? So the rest of it should be easy, right? Because the total is 150. How many people in A? How many people in A? 160, okay? So that would be 10. In this case, there's total of 170, right? 170, that's 170. And how many people in B? 180, right? So how much it should be here? 10. Okay? The same thing here. There is 140 here, okay? How many people in C? 10. Okay? So there is a total of 300 people, okay? And these people here, they join at least one club. If they are not here, what does that mean? They don't join any club, okay? So let's try to figure out how many people here. So it is 160 here, right? 160. And then plus 80, right? And plus 10. So then the total is equal to 250, right? So how many people do not join any club? 50, okay? So the first question, the answer is 300 minus 250, that is equal to 50. So if there is any such kind of question in the midterm, you should do the same, okay? You want to draw the diagram and tell me clearly, you know, your reasoning. Say how many people here, how many people there, okay? So if there is such kind of question in the midterm, you want to do the same thing here. If you just give me the number without any explaining, okay, without any explanation or any kind of calculation, you won't get credit for it, okay? You will get 0 points. If you only have answers without calculation or reasoning or explanation, you will get 0 points. You have to show me the calculation, okay? The second one, if this person joins A, okay? So if this person joins A, which part you are looking at? You are looking at this part, right? If this person already joined A, so you are looking at this part. And what's the probability he also joins B? So if this person joins A and also joins B, which part you are looking at? You are looking at this part, right? So basically, that question is equal to this formula. Given this person already choose A, what's the probability that he choose B, right? And so that would be the probability of A and probability of B. But of course, in this case, we don't have probability A, we don't have probability B. But we do know the number of people here and number of people, sorry, it should be, this should be A and B, right? A and B, okay? So let me erase this part here. So there is a total of 160 people, right? And how many people here? 100. So that would be equal to 5/8, okay, 5/8. So if this person already joins A, then what's the probability he will join B? That would be 5/8, okay? Okay, the third question is here, right? The third question is here. So the question is, how many people joins only one club, okay, or one club only? So in this case, we are looking at this diagram again. How many people only joins one club? Because here it joins 2, A and B. Here it joins 2, A and B. This is A and C. And this one joins 2 because B and C is here. And this one joins 3. You are looking at 1 only, right? So it should be this one, and this one. So how many people? 30. Okay, 30. Okay. Question 4. If a person joins B, okay, what's the probability that he also joins A and C? So we are looking at this, right? This person joins B, okay, but we want to know how many people joins B and also joins A and C. So how many people in B? 180. And how many people joins A and B and C? It will be here, right? So 20. And that will be equal to 1/9, okay? Then how to put down in a formula, okay? The formula should be this. We want to know this person already chooses B, right? And what's the probability he will choose A and C, right? And so then it should be probability of A and B and C divided by probability of B. But of course, again, in this case, we don't know about probability B, but we know how many people here and how many people here, and that's exactly what's going on here. Okay? Any questions? So sometimes the question may be complicated like this one, okay? Sometimes it may be easy just as the other two that we have shown before. Any questions? Okay? So last year, I also have a question. You are required to prove this one is equal to this one. And we have done this in class before. So please check your notes. Okay, let's get to another one. So we have expectation of x is equal to 5, and variance of x is equal to 4. And we also know that y is equal to 3x squared plus 4x plus 5. So okay, so the question is, we already know expectation x is equal to 5, variance x is equal to 4. And we know y is equal to 3x squared plus 4x plus 5. So what is expectation y? And the other question is, y is equal to 4x plus 5. So what is variance y? Okay? So basically the same thing, right? This is about the functions of random variables. So if you basically know all the relationship between one variable and the other, then you should be able to figure that out. So let us try. Okay, so expectation of y. The first step, when you solve this kind of question, the first step is always plug in the formula there, right? Y is equal to this. So expectation of y is equal to 3x squared plus 4x plus 5. Okay? Of course, you want to get rid of the formula, expand it, what you get? You get expectation 3x squared plus expectation 4x plus expectation 5, right? So because this is expectation, right, you can move 3 out. 3 expectation x squared plus 4 expectation x, and this is simply 5, right? Okay, so what is this? How to solve this one? Here it should be easy, right? Because this is 4 times expectation x. So that would be 4 times 5 plus 5, right? But the question is, what is this? If you remember, you know, variance of x is equal to expectation x squared minus mu x squared. If you remember this relationship, okay? If you remember this formula, then it will be just easy. Expectation x squared is equal to variance of x plus v mu x squared. So what is variance of x? Variance of x is equal to 4, right? And mu x squared, how much should that be? That is equal to 25, right? 5 squared is equal to 25. So this is 3 times 29, okay? So for this question, the most difficult part is that you need to know this relationship here, okay? You need to know this relationship. So this would be 87, right? 87 plus 20 plus 5. So that would be equal to 112. Okay? So we are done with the first question. Any questions so far? Okay, so let's get to the second question. So we are going to get Vy, right? Vy is equal to V 4x plus 5, right? And as you may know, this is a constant. Will it affect variance? It will not affect variance. And when you get this out, it should be squared, right? So you get 16 Vx. And so that's equal to 16 times 4. So you get 64. Okay? Any questions? Okay. Okay, the same thing again. We have 400 students and they take a class and they get an exam and the average score is 75. Okay, the average is 75 and the standard deviation is equal to 4. So how many people score between 67 and 83? So basically you want to translate these words into formulas. So what is that? You are looking for a variable, okay, x, that's the score. And they are between 83 and 67, okay? So the same thing here. Do you know the probability distribution of this variable? You don't. You only know the average score, that's the mean, and the standard deviation, okay? So you need to use Chebyshev inequality, okay? So in this case, you get P and x minus mean, okay, that's 75, okay, less than or equal to 2 times 4, okay? So what does that mean? Okay, this is equal to A, right? This is equal to A. And 75 plus A is equal to 83, right? 75 plus A is equal to 83. And 75 minus 8 is equal to 67, okay? So this is x minus mu x less than or equal to k sigma x, right? So how much is k? K is equal to 2, right? K is equal to 2. So this will be greater than or equal to 1 minus 1 over 2 squared. So that would be 75%, right? As you know, 75%, that's a probability. But in this question, we need to know, we are required to find out how many people, right? Right? How many people? As we already talked about, probability is relative frequency, right? Probability is relative frequency. And if you want to find out the frequency, what should you do? So relative, let me erase this part here. Relative frequency, that's the probability, right? Relative frequency is equal to frequency divided by total, right? So you already know what's the relative frequency here? 75%, right? So that's 0.75. And how many people there? 400, right? And so this is, you are required to figure out how many people there. So how many people? There is 300 people, okay? So sometimes I will ask you probability. Sometimes I will ask you the number, okay? So you want to figure out exactly what the question is about, okay? Questions? Any questions? Okay. Okay, let us get to a different type of question. No questions? Okay. Questions? So this question is easy, and you definitely need to know how to calculate this, okay? You have a random variable, and this is the respective probability. And you are required to find expectation of x, variance of x, and also say if y is equal to this, okay, you are say y is equal to x squared plus 1, okay? You are required to find out what's variance of y and expectation of y. So let us do this. Expectation of x is equal to summation x times fx, right? So you have 0 times 1/5, 1 times 1/5, 2 times 1/5, 3 times 1/5, 4 times 1/5. So what you get? It is equal to 2, right? It is equal to 2. Okay, then let us try to figure out what's the variance of x. Variance of x, okay, what is that? It is equal to expectation of x minus mu x squared, okay? That's one way to calculate it. What's the other way? Because we just introduced a different formula before, right? It is equal to expectation x squared minus mu x squared, right? Okay? And what is this? It should be equal to summation x squared times fx minus mu x is equal to 2, right? So you get 4 here. Okay? So in this case, 0 times 1/5 plus 1 times 1/5 plus this one, because it is x squared, right? 0 squared is equal to 0. 1 squared is equal to 1. 2 squared is equal to 4, right? So 2 squared, so let me put down 4. And 3 squared is equal to 9. And 16 squared, 4 squared is equal to 16. and minus 4, okay? So in this case, there would be 29 over 5 minus 4. So it should be equal to 9 over 5. Okay? Any questions so far? You just plug in the formula, right? Expectation of x, summation x times fx, okay? And then you are required to get variance of x. Variance of x is equal to this formula, right? So you can use this. But this one is more convenient, okay? This one is more convenient. So I tried this one, okay? And this one is x squared times fx. So this is the questions? 30. Oh, right. Because you got one here. Okay, so it should be 30. So that would be equal to 2. Sorry, so made another mistake. It should be 30 and we'll get 2. So expectation of x is equal to 2. Variance of x is also equal to 2. Any questions? Okay, then let's try to find out this one. Okay, try to find out this one. Can I erase this part? Can I erase this part? Let us try to find out this one first. Okay? So expectation of y is equal to expectation of x squared plus 1, right? And expectation of x squared plus 1 is equal to what? Expectation of x squared plus 1. So what is this? We already know expectation of x squared is equal to variance of x plus mu x squared, right? Any questions? So then this part should be equal to, this is equal to variance of x is equal to 2, right? Variance of x is equal to 2. Mu x is equal to 2, but this is mu x squared, so it is equal to 4. So in this case, it is equal to 7. Okay? We get expectation of y first. Since y is equal to x squared plus 1, so we plug this in. And then we know expectation of x squared plus 1 is equal to expectation of x squared plus 1 here. And you need to figure out what is expectation of x squared. Expectation of x squared is equal to variance of x plus mu x squared. So what you get? This will be equal to 2, this will be equal to 4, and you get 7. Now the difficult part is here. We are trying to get variance of y, okay? Variance of y is equal to variance of x squared plus 1. Okay? But as you may know, we have formula about expectation squared is equal to variance of x plus mu x squared, right? Do we have formula about vx squared? We haven't talked about it yet, and we will not talk about it in this class, okay? So in this case, what should you do? You should do this way, okay? This is variance of y, right? And you know y is equal to what? X squared plus 1, okay? So you already know x is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So what should be y? y is equal to x squared plus 1, right? So x squared plus 1, 0 plus 1, that's equal to 1, okay? And 1 squared plus 1 is equal to 2. 2 squared plus 1 is equal to 5. And 3 squared plus 1 is equal to 10. And this will be 17. Okay, and Fy, because Fy in this case, okay, it should be equal to 1/5, 1/5, 1/5, 1/5. Okay? So then you have to apply the formula again. So Vy, y is here, right? So first you already find out what is expectation of y. You already find out expectation of y. And now you are trying to find out Vy, that should be, okay, V expectation of y squared minus mu y. And so the same thing, right? The same thing. You should be able to figure that out. The answer is 34.8. Okay? Since we already solved this, right? We already solved Vx. The formula is exactly the same, right? And we already done it. So you just try to do the same thing. You should be able to figure out. And the answer is 34.8. Okay? This is your homework. Okay? Do it. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, let's try to get to the next example. I think we just take a break now. Okay, take a break.